Alright guys, Mustang is back out. Made a couple changes, no gearing change, no motor change, no battery change. We're just working on suspension, and I added some stuff to the body. So on top it loves to get scratched. I just added a little clear 3M sticker, and I also did some bracing on the inside, just like my other body. This is what I did. So I added 2 carbon fiber rods just to push out the body to kind of keep it away from the tires, because that's what happened to my Pro lines, is the body caught and then they ripped. So these are just to push the body away. Gives a little bit more space. I trimmed the front end a little bit more because it was dragging on the ground, but that's all kind of the smaller changes. The bigger change is they're actually not even bolted in. There's no nut, they're just bolted in. But carbon fiber kind of Aero dams. I've seen people were 3D printing little Aero pieces, and I had the 0.5 mil or half mil carbon fiber. So I made some pieces, put that on. This is all handmade. Carbon fiber is actually pretty easy to work with. And then I also changed, I left the front or the rear 2000 and I changed the front to 20 weight. So now the transfer is a lot faster, but there's an issue with the shocks. I'm pretty sure it's the shocks. So if you look, why doesn't that one come all the way down? They're set exactly the same. I even preload tested them, set exactly the same. It will go down, but it takes some force to go down. So I don't know. I want to get some Proline Pro Spec shocks anyways. So I guess that'll have to come sooner than I wanted, but it is what it is. I'm gonna loosen off the clutch because last night I was testing and didn't go very good. Still stutter, still everything. So 3778 with new clutch pads that came with one of the spur gears. So I'm trying those a little bit thicker. I'm gonna loosen this off. It's way too tight from last night's testing. I weighed it again just to get my balance correct. It's about 2,500 grams. Battery, I'm not going to be charging it again, but we're just testing it. We're not trying to hit any fast speeds, just testing it. I really just want to run. I think a new battery will be the time when we try and go for another top speed run, ET, whatever. So that's the game plan today. Loosen this off and make a hit. Before I get it out, I want to show you guys something. This that's where my setting is. I don't know, it's probably one full turn in from being absolute zero, but just, is this normal? Now if you check the mesh seems perfect. So there is resistance. There's 1 million weight in there. If I turn it slow, there's resistance. There's cogging in that transmission. I don't think it's major, but maybe that's contributing. Like I can do a full revelation of 1 million oil until it cogs. Now obviously going faster doesn't really do it, but just thought I'd mention that. Also, chrome paint on the rims looks pretty badass. I like that. I think I was gonna do aluminum rims. I think the chrome paint just looks good, lighter weight, you know. So anyways, we'll get it out, we'll make a lick. Okay, so one thing I was testing out last night, I recalibrated the ESC completely recalibrated it. All normal settings, everything. I'm not gonna do the throttle, maybe that's doing something, but I'll just spray some simple green. Get these tires clean because there's no prep on them. Let's see what we got. Let's see what this 20 weight suspension does. Drag start 132 feet. Max on this. Throttle basically not doing anything. Let's see what it does. So going straight, It is going straight. It's nice to see that it goes straight, but again, the VXL is doing VXL things. Let's see what it ran. That body is basically on the ground, which is awesome. 3.2, my favorite speed. 3.2, less than 1 G of force. 49 miles an hour though. So that's a fast mile an hour. This should be running 2.8 if I didn't have that stupid stutter. But it got rid of it a little bit. I'm gonna take it back. One of those motor wires, I'm gonna try and adjust that. And maybe it's the motor wire just freaking out. So I'll unplug it, plug it back in, make sure it's all connected well. Maybe we get rid of it, maybe we don't. Not too sure. Okay, so fan on the motor. We know that this slipper held fine. It didn't slip, it didn't spin, it was good. The slipper adjustment, I'm gonna keep that for this setup. But this wire here, it just seems like it's a little bit loose. Maybe that's doing something. I'm gonna unplug all of them. See if these guys spin. They all spin. So I don't know. Unplug them, replug them in, do a little spin on it, make sure it's tight. Plug it in, do a little spin, plug it in, do a little spin. Just make sure they're all tight. The white one is definitely the looser of the bunch, but should be okay. I also took out the light wire. Maybe it's pulling voltage, I don't know. Just trying to eliminate as much of that stutter as possible. We'll even take this out, get this kind of cleaned, see what it does. I don't know, maybe it's just this connection is dirty. I don't know, could be really anything, but I have a feeling that it's a combination of gearing and the battery. It's only 60C. I'm not actually sure what this burst rating is of this battery. I might look that up. Maybe it's like an 80C burst, so I definitely could use a bigger battery, but that's coming eventually. So we'll get it out, make another lick. All right, so again, simple green clean. All right, see what it'll do, see if it'll go straight again. 3.2 on the last. I want to see that G-force go up, but let's see what it does. All right, so straight again. So we know that the weight from the scales is working. It's working really nice, actually. I don't mind that 20 weight oil. So I was kind of hesitant on it, but even braking, you know, body's not scraping. It's actually doing pretty good. So thank you to the guys that commented that. 3.3 worse. It's probably that the voltage drop in the battery, but 0.9 G again. We could probably tighten up that clutch a little bit. We'll see what that does. Not too much, but a little bit. Quarter turn on the clutch. Tires are nice and clean. Yeah, quarter turn up on the clutch. See if we pull some more G. Let's see what it does. Here we go. I don't want to mess with the throttle. You know, it's very tempting to do it, but I'm not going to do it. Land on your wheels. Damn. So it got squirrely at the end, and it took longer for that motor to realize where it is. So that's why I'm thinking that the clutch being loose is actually benefiting it. So it has more time and more slip to let the motor realize the position that the shaft is in. I think that's helping. It's cogging a little bit. Definitely cogged off the line the first hit, and then it did that stutter again. So I don't know. I really don't know what it is. It doesn't seem like anybody knows what it is. It's nice to see this 3M is working. The roof would have been scratched very bad on that. Let's read it. 3.6, a lot worse. See that little bit of stutter right there where it's trying to calculate where it is? All of that, it took that long for it to realize where it was. I don't know. I really just don't know what it is. Try a little bit of throttle. Seems to help a little bit. I don't know, we'll cool the motor off, and then maybe we'll try the throttle position, try and back it up so it's in pressure with the gears. But problems just keep on persisting, keeps on getting slower. The opposite of what we're trying to do. So I think I have a plan. I'm going to try and tighten the clutch as much as possible. It's basically going to be running a clutch eliminator. I know it's going to cog off the line, but I want to see if it gets rid of that stutter. I feel like it's not, but sometimes what you think is happening is actually the complete opposite. So what I'm thinking is the clutch has to be loose for the motor to get it. I'm going to try the complete opposite. Maybe I'm just completely out of nowhere and wrong. So I'm going to try it, just eliminate that as a possibility. All right, clutch is all the way tight. You know, see all these marks on the ground here? Somebody just came up as I was doing that and just ripped donuts here and right at my truck. So that's just awesome. It's kind of the time that I wish I got his license plate just to, I don't know, get him and shit. I mean, it was cool. He did a donut and everything, but right onto my truck is a little bit insane. So thanks to whoever that was. It's awesome. But yeah. Other news, we're going to focus on this and not on that. Clutch pretty much all the way tight. It's going to act as enough of a eliminator. It's going to do the same thing essentially. If it won't slip. It won't slip. So we're going to try it out. Simple green to clean and rub to burn. There we go, fully locked clutch. See what it does. So on the last hit it was 0.92 G's. So see what it does now. I think it's just gonna cog like crazy. It actually didn't. I might be able to drive it out of there. It didn't actually cog as bad as I thought, but it still did the stutter regardless. But it didn't cog as bad as I thought. So that's nice. I don't know if we actually hit the 132 feet. Kind of lost control at the top end there and then kicked it, but we'll see if it did. If it did, then I don't know, it might be quicker, but definitely not in the twos. Just seems like it's leaving very slow. 3.5, 0.99 G. So it is much slower. It just seems odd. Alright, we're gonna try something. We're gonna get it into where it's pressure. So obviously when it's skipping a gear, it's gonna go like that. But when it's just about to skip a gear, like that was too much, that was too much. Right there. That should be where it wants to sit, so all of the power actually just keeps rolling backwards. Trying to get it, so see how it's rolling backwards there? That's right on a gear, rolls back. Right on a gear, rolls back. I don't know how to stop that. Maybe I'll just put pressure onto it. I'm not gonna kick it, but I'm gonna put pressure so it's on that gear just with my foot. See if it'll do anything. I don't know, but let's see. No, didn't like that. Okay, so we'll try the opposite way. We'll roll it back, see if that does anything. Okay, cogged on a tooth. See if it eliminates it. Do it again. Yeah, so right when it'll hit that higher RPM, and then it loses control from there. I think that's to do with the clutch. When it's so tight that when it finally hits that RPM and the motor centers itself, that it's just sending all the power. So then it's essentially like it's launching again, or like a big turbo is hitting when I don't want it to. I want it all one fluid motion. And I think with that clutch being so tight, when it hits that max power, it's basically like it's setting up for another launch. So I'm going to back it back off, cool it down, try it again. I'm not going to back it off like crazy. I'm going to do a couple turns so that when it hits that full power, it's not just dumping the power onto it. So we just have to deal with what we got right now. I can't get rid of this stutter basically no matter what I'm doing. I almost think it's like the ESC battery. The gearing should be fine. Like the gearing should be able to handle this. This is probably, I think, the same gearing that I hit the 2.8 on. And I guarantee you that was not a 2.8. So that's it for today. The car ran okay. It's still doing the stutter, obviously. 3.2, I believe, was the fastest at 49 miles an hour. So the mile an hour is there, but that stutter is limiting. Again, I really don't know what it is. I feel like a new battery is coming soon. I just wanted to get it out today, test out the carbon, test out the new 20 weight suspension. And the 20 weight is actually really nice. I do like it, so I'm going to keep it. Thank you to the people that suggested that. These body savers, these little posts, worked actually great. The rims look good. The 3M worked good because it flipped a couple times, but it is what it is. We just got to work with what we got. Like I said, I'm trying to do everything the cheap way, and then once we need it, then we'll upgrade it. So once the ZSE burns out or whatever, then we'll go to a different setup. I don't want to do the VXL anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little video today. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, we're over 200 subscribers now as I'm recording this. So that's awesome. You know, like, share your setups if you don't mind. And again, soon, I keep saying this, we'll be in the 2.6. That's all I want. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you're subscribed, because eventually this will have a new motor setup. This will have the new battery. But like I said, we're trying to do it the cheap way. So if anyone wants to get like a DR10, Low C22, or a drag slash, it's kind of easier to follow along. And I got a lot of other RC cars, so we're not just going to be dumping money into this one. So thanks guys for watching, and have a good night.